everybody, it's Karen Bonnie back here, and we're here to talk about how to recover from your workout faster today. So as many of you probably know, stretching and using a foam roller are both very good ways to recover quickly from those workouts. Okay, so today Bonnie is going to be my demo person, and we are going to first demonstrate with our foam roller. Now there's a few foam rollers out there that you've probably seen at your gyms and health clubs. And to begin with, usually lighter color foam rollers are a little bit softer. So if you're new to foam rolling, I recommend that you use a lighter color first, just so you'll feel a little more comfortable as you roll. Okay, Bonnie, so we're gonna go ahead and start now. Bonnie's gonna lie down on the mat. I'm gonna place this foam roller down. And the first area we're gonna stretch is something called your IT band. So for the athletes out there, you normally probably feel pretty sore after a tennis match or running a marathon. So I first want to demonstrate this area that Bonnie will roll. Okay, so Bonnie is positioned correctly, and she's going to go ahead and come down on her elbows, so that way it's a little less pressure on the shoulder. And Bonnie, what I want you to do now is slowly roll against the roller and hold that until you feel the area where you start to feel a little tension.
Right there.
Okay, right there. Now Bonnie's going to hold that for approximately 10 to 20 seconds, and she's going to make sure that she breathes deeply, that she tries not to hold her breath, and she's just going to let that muscle relax and release. So you're feeling okay, Bonnie?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you want to make sure again that you hold properly and you don't start moving up and down with the roller. Okay, now what we're going to do is have Bonnie come onto both elbows, and we're now going to hit those quad muscles. So those are a large muscle group, and they usually get used a lot when you work out and do your physical activities. So now Bonnie has the foam roller right placed against her quads and her thighs, and she's now on her elbows, making sure they're right underneath her shoulders, and she's going to just roll lightly there until she feels that spot where she feels more tension. Are we good, Bonnie? Okay, so now you can see she's holding there. She's not rolling in a quick motion. She's just letting that roller work against those muscles and release that fascia. Okay, Bonnie, are we doing okay?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so now I'm going to have you slowly roll up, and you're going to take your time, and we're going to go ahead and remove this roller, and I want to show a different roller just so you can see some different types that are out there. We have a second roller here, which is a little smaller. Some of you have maybe seen these as well out there. In a lot of videos online, they use these rollers that have some ridges. So Bonnie's going to go ahead and place that down on the mat, and the next muscle group we're going to hit are her lats, which run right along the side of your trunk, and you use these muscles in a lot of physical activities. So Bonnie's going to go ahead and lie down on the mat, and please pay attention to where her feet are positioned. We want to make sure that our feet are rested correctly, and she's going to place that roller right underneath her armpit area until she feels sort of that hot point where she feels that tension. So Bonnie, go ahead and lift that left arm a little bit so you can get that area. Okay. She's found the spot. So she again is going to hold right there. She's not holding her breath. She's just trying to relax as best she can, and she's going to make sure that she keeps that roller right where it is. So again, pay attention to the time. Maybe you can even set that on your timers on your phones to make sure you don't go too long or too short. Okay, Bonnie, I'm going to go ahead and let you release. So again, remember, you would always want to do that on both sides and not just one side. You want to make sure you hit both areas, and we're aware of that. Okay, Bonnie, I'm going to put that to the side. Now, what we're going to do is come over to our Total Gym Fit, and I have a few of my favorite stretches I like to do after each one of my gravity classes. So Bonnie, first thing I'm going to have you do is take a seat onto the glide board, and Bonnie then is going to face that tower, and she's going to lean forward with both her arms coming down, and she's going to feel that stretch in her low back. She should feel that in her lats. Bonnie, are you feeling that in different areas? Okay, good. So she's sitting back into her hips. She's making sure she's staying relaxed. And now, Bonnie, I want you to put both hands on the left rail, and you're going to sit back into your right hip. So you're really going to get a nice stretch in your low back in that area as well. And now go ahead and switch. So again, you would take about 10 to 15 seconds on each side, making sure you're breathing deeply. Inhale and exhale, Bonnie. Good work. Now she's sitting into her left hip. And let's go one more time, Bonnie, back to the middle on both sides, and go a little deeper into that stretch. She's lowering her chest down to the glide board, making sure that she's staying relaxed. And let's slowly roll up, Bonnie. So take your time, please. You should feel a nice release in that low back in your neck.
Yes.
Okay, so now Bonnie's going to stand up. and she is going to come down onto this glide board, and she's going to place her feet on the squat stand as she lies back down. She's going to roll slowly, and we're making sure that Bonnie's hands are towards the bottom of the glide board. Her neck is nice and relaxed. And now, Bonnie, what I want you to do is walk your heels up towards the top, and she's going to do something called the point and flex. So she's going to point her toes one direction and then flex them back towards that tower. So she's feeling a nice stretch on the tops of her ankles, her feet. Bonnie, you feeling that in your calves?
Feels so great.
Good. So especially for you out there, if you have to be on your feet for work in addition to your workouts, this is an excellent stretch for those Achilles, those ankles, the tops of those feet again. Just get a nice good stretch with that point and flex, Bonnie. Okay, now what I'd like Bonnie to do is lower her feet down. They're going to be towards the bottom of the squat stand. And Bonnie, you're going to now get a full body stretch here. So you're going to put your palms in. You're going to raise your arms overhead as high back as you can reach. And then you're going to lift yourself up towards the ceiling. And you're going to roll forward. And you're going to try to touch your ankles or your toes. That's okay. And roll all the way back, one vertebrae at a time, nice and slowly. So come all the way back to that tower. Lift yourself up again. Reach up towards the ceiling. Roll forward. Tap those toes. We're going to do it one last time. And you should feel this in the backs of your legs, in your hamstrings, your low back. This is a nice full body stretch. Bonnie's breathing in and out slowly, tapping those toes and rolling all the way back down. Just take a full body stretch, Bonnie, while you're there. Great tool to be able to do on the total gym. You can stretch your whole body there on that glide board. Okay, Bonnie, I'm going to have you stand up. And we're going to do something a little different. We're going to actually show how we can utilize a tennis ball to release some of that tension under our feet. So Bonnie's going to go ahead and take her shoes off, and you just need a regular tennis ball, nothing fancy. We're going to place it down on this mat, and I'm going to have Bonnie put her right foot on the tennis ball with the ball slightly below her toes, and she's just going to start rolling in a circular motion. And just go ahead and sit tall, Bonnie. Just relax there. You'll start to feel a little bit of tension release under those feet. We have a lot of nerve endings on the bottom of those feet, so you want to make sure you take care of them. And now Bonnie's going to go ahead and roll down towards her arches, towards the bottom of her heel. She's just staying nice and relaxed. Now you can do this sitting in front of your TV. You can do it sitting at your desk at work. It's a great tool to use, and all you need is a tennis ball. Very easy. Release that tissue underneath those feet. Okay, Bonnie, let's go ahead and switch to the other side. So I want to just demo how we always want to make sure we do both sides. So we always want to do one foot and then the other. And you'll want to do this for approximately 1 to 2 minutes. Make sure that you're getting the whole entire bottom of your foot, not just one area. You might find that one area is really tight, so you'll do that for a while. It'll feel nice. But Bonnie's just rolling that tennis ball nice and smooth underneath her foot. How's that feel, Bonnie?
Great.
Good. Okay. So you can go ahead and rest your feet there. So the last thing I want to talk about is just taking a couple of nice deep breaths in and out when you finish a workout. It's a great way to relieve stress. I always do it at the end of all of my Gravity Total Gym classes. My participants really appreciate it. So Bonnie, we're going to put our feet together and we're going to cross our arms. We're going to bend our knees, take a deep inhale in, go ahead and look up to the sky, exhale it all out. Last one. Go ahead, bend those knees, deep breath in, look up, exhale it all out, and you just experienced your quick little recovery for your muscles for a quicker workout. Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you.
Good job.